and good morning, everyone. My name is Francia. Today we do our gentle Sunday morning Vinyasa class. And so as we do typically through most of our practices, I invite you to become really aware of how the sensations in your body are manifesting as you move. And just to remind you that this is a breathing practice, that more than just physical movement, we're actually trying to breathe and breathe deeply and consciously and intentionally. So as you move through your practice, allow yourself a moment of reflection, and we'll start today in a comfortable seated position. I've elevated my hips onto a little bit of a meditation cushion, but if you have a block or a bolster or a blanket, anything that you can elevate your hips, it probably would feel a little nicer as you sit. Then we'll relax the shoulders back and down. We'll kind of create that space and long extension in the spine. I'm a big lover of visualization. I feel like that when we allow ourselves a moment to visualize the materialness of our body, the physicality of our body, that we can kind of create a space where we can move from that visualization. So as you root down through your pelvis, through your feet, through your legs, whatever parts of your body are making contact with the earth, see if you can make sure that those parts of your body feel grounded and rooted down. There's a sense of heaviness associated with this grounding feeling. And then from that space of feeling grounded and rooted, through the inside of the pelvic bowl, through the lower abdomen, through the tailbone and lower back, there's a sense of expansion that rises up out of it, almost like a plant growing out of its roots. And this plant kind of lengthens up along the spine and creates a little bit more lift through the top of your head. As you kind of grow through the top of the head, let the shoulders relax back and down. And then check in with your spine. Sometimes we overarch, creating too much lift in the chest and too much roundness in the back. Sometimes we do the opposite by curling in. So maybe you move a little bit front and back, and you start to become aware of that center line of the body, maybe even a little bit side to side. As you come into kind of the center line, once you find it, then allow your shoulders to relax and move down away from the ears. Let your elbows kind of hang heavy and your hands rest on your lap or on your knees. If it feels nice for you, maybe you can close your eyes if you haven't already, or you can gaze down towards your mat, down the line of the tip of the nose. Become aware of your breathing here. Let each inhalation be a gift. And let each exhalation be an offering. Make each sacred movement of breath, from the beginning of the inhale to the pause at the end of the inhale, the beginning of the exhale to that pause at the end of the exhale. This circular movement of breath, let it be a prayer. Allow yourself to settle in to the sensation of your own breathing. Notice and observe how the body moves with the breath. Gentle expansion of the heart and chest and abdomen. Soft release and relaxation of the shoulders, spine, and hips as you exhale. Conscious effort to soften your jaw. Let your tongue kind of relax away from the roof of the mouth. Tip of the tongue pressed against the two front teeth. All of these small but yet very important adjustments that we make as we sit will allow us for a nice steady practice where we can be really focused on our bodies and work on our flexibility, our strength. Allow us one more deep breath. Slowly exhale. We'll bring the palms together at the center of the heart, thumbs against the sternum. Soften the shoulders once more, and we'll prepare for Om. Inhale to begin. Om. Slowly exhale. You can blink your eyes open, bring your awareness back into your space. Let's release the arms, press the fingertips on the floor. And then just like those roots that we created through our bodies, let's press down through the fingers and lift the rib cage, chest, and shoulders. So now we're starting to feel maybe a little bit more of an arch in the upper back, but not too much. Keep the tailbone tucked under, keep yourself rooted down through the parts of your body making contact with the earth. And then let's inhale again and draw the arms up just halfway, palms facing up. Move the shoulder blades back and reach through your fingertips. Start to activate the muscles of your biceps here. So the tops of your arms here are activated, and then your triceps are a little bit more relaxed in this position. And then as we exhale, let's reverse that. So now we activate the triceps a little bit more, and then the biceps are a little bit more relaxed. Still active, but not too much. Reach through the fingertips, shoulders move down, away from the ears. One more breath. And then exhale, again, turn the palms up. Notice how that activates the biceps once more. Externally rotation of the shoulders. This is what we want to create, opening through the shoulder blades in the fronts of the shoulders. And then now inhale, let's draw the arms up. You'll find at some point the arms don't go up anymore. Be mindful of your shoulders. Maybe they stay like a V shape. Maybe you need to bend your elbows a little bit. Maybe you can straighten your arms right overhead. Or maybe, if it's possible, draw your palms together and look up towards your thumbs. This creates a lot of activation in the body. Remember, we're just warming up. Be gentle. And then exhale, let's release the arms down. Keeping the spine nice and tall, almost like your arms are coming out like a corkscrew, right? Your arms are coming down, but your top of the head is still reaching up. All right, let's do that one more time, starting with the lift, halfway. Inhale, reach to the fingertips. Exhale, open your palms, activating the underside of your arms, the bicep side of your arms now. Okay, exhale again, turn the palms down. One more time, inhale. Exhale there. Inhale, let the arms rise. Shoulders move down, away from the ears. If it feels available for you, maybe you look up and maybe your palms touch. All right, here's a change. As we exhale, let's twist. Take the right hand to the left knee, and the left hand comes behind you. And we're gonna just open the heart space, lift the chest and shoulders, roll to look back over that back shoulder. We're just nicely rotating the body here. We're gonna add a little bit to this twist. We're gonna take that left hand, the one that's behind you, and bring it down towards the mat. And just kind of settle yourself, maybe moving yourself forward over that left knee. So just kind of creating that rotation that remains in the body. You're moving the whole rib cage through, and you're allowing yourself to kind of settle into a little deeper of a rotation. Shoulders roll back and down, gazing down the tip of the nose. And then keep that left arm planted. Inhale, open through that right side and get a nice side stretch here. Reaching through your right fingertips. Maybe your chin can move towards your armpit, or maybe you can look up to the fingertips. Maybe you just look forward towards me, or you look down towards the floor. So kind of fine, play around with the position for your head and neck. Make sure it feels right for you. And if you feel nice and stable here, allow that standing elbow, your supporting arm, to bend a little bit more, creating a little bit more reach. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, roll your shoulder back and down, spiral your chest open. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly come back all the way up. Reach the arms, extend, shoulder blades down. Open up here. Good. Inhale, open the arms. So the palms are facing up. Exhale, turn them back down. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale there. Inhale, rise, find your position, whatever fits your body today. And then exhale, let's gently go for the twist. Now the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And exhale, find your rotation. We're not trying to go into the deepest version of a twist that we can find here. We're just kind of becoming acquainted with the type of body we woke up with today. And if you have any type of body awareness, you know that that is a different body each day. So allow yourself another deep breath in, an easy, slow breath out. Again, you can move into the neck and head here. There's no need to be completely stagnant. You can allow a little bit of softness. And then we're going to go ahead and bring that right hand down to the mat. And then that left arm comes down to the mat. And we're gonna find a little bit more of a rotation here. So we're pushing into that right hand, and then we're drawing that left shoulder forward, and we're creating a nice kind of twist as we come down over the right leg this time. Couple of breaths here. You might feel this a little bit more maybe in your hips than you would in your torso. So if that happens, that's totally normal. Now we're going to keep that right hand planted and then open up that left arm. So creating that openness down through the rib cage, the torso, and then that left arm can extend up and over. And again, your gaze here can be chin towards armpit, gazing out, looking up towards the fingertips, creating a little bit of an openness in the throat. Maybe looking towards the camera, maybe looking down. Choose here how it feels right for your body. This is my dog Cena. And then as we exhale, let's go ahead and bend into that supporting arm. Maybe go a little deeper. Again, moving into the space of the neck and head, so you don't feel like you're holding in a stagnant way, but instead you feel like you're holding in a flowing, breathing into tightness, softly exhaling into any tension that you might get in the body. And then inhale, slowly rise back up, reaching the arms to the fingertips, shoulders back and down. Hold one more breath. And then exhale, release the arms. Good. All right, let's switch the direction of our feet. So whatever foot you have in front, switch them so the other foot gets to be in front now. Once you have that foot in front, kind of resettle back onto your cushion or onto your mat. And again, find that center line of the body. So now we're going to move into forward and back position, cat and cow in a seated position. So we're going to hold the knees and we're going to roll or tuck the tailbone under so that we can scoop out the body, bring the chin to the chest. We're going to hold on to those knees because you're going to push the middle back as far back away from you as you can as you tuck your chin under. And then as we inhale, we reverse that. So now the pelvis moves back, the pubic bone moves back, the rib cage lifts, the chest opens, the shoulders roll back. You can keep your hands on your knees. I like to bring my hands behind me and then open the heart space here. But your hands can be in front of you as well, on the knees, anywhere really that feels good for you. Deep breath in as you arch into the spine. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale to curl it under. It's okay if the knees lift. Allow yourself movement. Remember, this is a breathing practice. So we allow ourselves to breathe. Inhale to open up. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting the rib cage and chest, chin up, maybe gaze down the tip of the nose. Exhale, last round, rounding your way through, tucking in, letting your middle back push away, really rounding into your back like a C. And last one, inhale. Opening up to cow, shoulders roll back, lift the chin, you can look up, you can look to the tip of your nose, keep the pubic bone moving forward and down, and then exhale, coming back to center. Good. One more thing here, we're going to bring the hands forward and allow ourselves to roll down. So Vinyasa really just means movement with breath. That's really all that it means. That's why even in our Ashtanga practice, we have vinyasas in between. It's just the movement with the breath. We inhale, we lift, we exhale, we fold, that kind of thing. So what we do in this class is we slow down the vinyasa so that we can really focus on pairing it up with breath. So as we hold the posture, this one in particular, where we're leaning forward, the elbows are too far from the floor, just keep your hands on the floor. You can also bring a block. If you have a block nearby, you can have a block nearby and bring your elbows to the block. So always have these props around you when you start class. If you're doing the recording, you can pause it, grab the props and come back. But this will really help facilitate your practice, make it a little bit nicer. So you might be starting to feel a little bit of opening in the hips. If you don't feel that much, get yourself a little lower. The lower your body goes, allow yourself to lengthen through the spine. So we're avoiding kind of rounding and tucking in. We're creating expansion in the body. So we're extending forward. Good, Suma. I saw that adjustment. Looks good. Move the shoulders back and down, and then kind of reach your chin forward. The gaze here, the drishti, which is another aspect of our practice other than the breath, is towards your, wherever you're heading. So you're kind of looking in the direction you're going. If you have your palms together like I do, maybe that's your thumbs. If your arms are apart, maybe that's the space between your thumbs. And imagine bringing your rib cage down, down, and down, all the way towards the mat. One more breath. Exhale completely. And then inhale, start to walk your hands towards your body and make your way back up to a seated position. Good, very nice. All right, from here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna come off of our cushion and we're gonna come into a standing position, but not quite yet. So the next movement here is going to be kneeling pose. So our tabletop. Now I want you to think about your tabletop as you would an actual table. You want your back to be nice and flat. So when you're going into tabletop, you don't want to feel like you're sinking into your shoulders like this, right? Like you're in a funky cow position. So there's this sense of engagement that happens through your lower abdomen and through your rib cage. So this engagement that's happening here begins in the core. And then from there, it travels to the shoulders. So your shoulders protract. So retracting would be your shoulder blades towards each other, and then protracting your shoulder blades away from each other. The tops of the feet press down, and you feel kind of stable in this position. It's not arching up into cat either, so you have to kind of find that happy medium, somewhere in the middle where your body can feel nice and flat. Now from here, allow your shoulder blades to move away, tuck the toes under, and just inhale, lift the knees slightly off the floor. So here we're working on strength, on endurance, and a little bit on mental, I guess strength as well, right? So our mind starts to tell us this is too much, I can't hold. Allow yourself to another deep breath. As soon as your mind says that, one more deep breath. And then exhale, everyone together, push the hips up and come into downward facing dog. All right, our downward facing dog, you might need to walk your feet in a little bit. You might need to separate your feet hip width apart, hollow up the lower navel, and really reach your tailbone up and back. Kind of sway the hips side to side here. Maybe bend and straighten through the legs. So you're really trying to kind of move into the space of this down dog with a sense of ease and grace. Shoulder blades move away from each other. Root down to the fingertips and the toes. Keep the long spine here. If you find yourself pushing your weight forward, bend your knees and get your spine to move towards your thighs. Only when you're ready, you can straighten your legs, reach the heels towards the earth. If not physically, energetically, we reach those heels. One more breath. Exhale completely. And then inhale, we look forward, walk the feet forward towards the top of your mat or towards the center of your mat. Softly bend your knees here, let yourself hang. Nice, easy. Hanging forward fold. You can hold on to opposite elbows. Well, I hope that sun coming in doesn't mess up with my camera, but it looks fine so far. It's okay. Relax the shoulders. Feels nice though. Steady, calm breathing. Thank you, Tara. And let yourself kind of find the distribution of weight, whether it's towards the toes, the heels, the outsides, or the insides of the feet. Good. Allow another deep breath here. Gentle movement. Now, if you find that your body is really lifted like this, find that your whole entire torso is up high, then what you want to try to do is softly bend through your knees and bring the rib cage to the thighs. So this is a good place to hang out. This here is better than up here. So allow yourself a moment to reflect on where can you get your body to connect here. And then once you're here, let the head hang like a ripe piece of fruit, right? Just let it go. And then we're going to start to elevate the hips without separating the rib cage from the thighs. Easier said than done. It may take some time for you to get to that point. That's okay. We start where we start. Belly strong in, long extended spine. One more deep breath. Now exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, and then inhale just halfway up. Come to your fingertips, or you can use a block. You can bring your hands to a block if your legs need a little extra space. Engage into your quadriceps. So now we start to lift up through the quadriceps and lift up through the knees. So we find that nice extension here. And what we're going to do is some heel rises or heel lifts. You can have one block in front of you. If you have two, maybe you have two blocks, one underneath each hand. It really doesn't matter. It's just a matter of finding support for your hands. So from here, weight forward to the toes. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels down. Take a moment. Maybe come onto the heels, lift the toes to counter that. All right, again, coming forward. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift. Weight it strongly into your arms, protracting those shoulders, hollowing out the navel. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Lift. You're on your toes. Make sure that your weight is balanced from your big toe to your pinky toe and the ball of your feet. Strong into your arms, but you're not pushing or you're not putting a whole lot of weight into your arms or wrists. You're just allowing your weight to be equally distributed between toes and hands. Exhale, lower down. Good. Lift the heels. Let your legs kind of relax a little bit here. And then slowly let's roll up to standing. One vertebra at a time. Once you're all the way up to standing, let the shoulders roll back. Then we're going to come to the top of our mats. So have your blocks nearby so that you can use them. I like to use the blocks. I just feel like it's just, if it's easier, why shouldn't it be? If you feel like you don't need them, obviously skip them. No need to use them. So we're going to bring our feet about hip width apart in Samastitihi. The hips, knees, ankles, and feet are in a nice line. Weight of the shoulders over the hips, weight of the head over the shoulders, chin up. Inhale, let's raise the arms. Look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, let's take a fold. Bring the hands to the blocks, which should be lined up right next to your feet. Let the head relax. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, we're going to step the right foot back. Just the right foot. Come onto a lunge. As we find your first lunge here, bend that left knee, keep the back leg straight, and try, if possible, to drop your hips down. So then if your hips are way up high, drop the hips down. Keep the back leg straight. So don't bend into that back knee to drop the hips, but drop them out of bending into that left thigh. So eventually your left thigh can be parallel to the floor. Now at this point, your blocks have levels, so you can make your blocks a little lower or a little higher if you need to. Keeping the hands on the blocks. Hi, Zena, can you go over here? Good girl. And then as you find your balance here, keep your right hand on the block. Take your left hand to your thigh. Let's do a gentle twist here, opening the chest. Now you can keep that hand on the thigh, or you can extend it up and over into a nice kind of twisted pavrita. So, pavrita is twisted, Parsvakonasana here, or lunge. And then exhale, let's bring that left hand down. And then we're gonna straighten that left leg. Give it a break. Push the right heel down. This is a long pyramid pose. So the legs are long and extended. Possible you won't be able to straighten both legs, but that doesn't mean you can't try. So we try. Now, at the same time, remember your tabletop position. Find that flat back, that nice engaged lower abdomen, the protraction of the shoulders, and the rib cage kind of widening out. If it's available, maybe exhale, fold for a moment. And then inhale, come back up. Good. Exhale, bend that left knee once more. And this time, we're going to drop the right knee to the floor and release the right toes. Beautiful. Now from here, let's bring the hands to the thigh. Come up, find balance. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Inhale, open your arms, extend. Maybe you find balance here, dropping the hips down. You can always keep those hands on the chest. And exhale, let's twist, also to that left side. So we're rotating the body. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Too much for you? Hands on the waist and hand on the knee. This is a good second option here. You're welcome to try that. If it bothers your knee, keep pressing the top of your right foot into the floor. That'll release pressure off your right knee. And then exhale, let's go ahead and release. Come all the way back down, keeping the hands on the blocks, straighten that left leg up. And you can flex the foot to point the toes towards you, or you can keep the toe pointed. Maybe both. I like to do both. It depends on the day. And then exhale, let's go ahead and fold briefly. Moving the hips back, pressing that left heel forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale there, slowly release, bending into that left knee. And then just for fun here, let's go ahead and tuck that right toe under. Walk that right foot or slide that right foot closer to the left. And then we're gonna go ahead and see if we can lift that right leg up. Now, I a lot of times will ask you to bring the blocks closer or up above your toes. It'll help balance. But for today, let's just see if we can keep the blocks where they are. Don't change them. Drop the right hip, lift the left heel, and then see if you can come into a standing split by lowering your chest down towards that left leg and the right toe pointing up. Good. One more breath. Strong shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Strong left leg. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale. Bring that right foot back to center, back to right next to your left foot, and then slowly roll yourself up to standing. Let the shoulders be the last thing to rise up, and then the head kind of stacks itself on top. Beautiful. Okay, other side. Inhale, lift the arms. Gazing up, opening the chest. Exhale, folding forward. Hands on your blocks, head relaxes. Inhale to lift halfway. Opening your heart space, shoulders roll back. Exhale, this time left foot steps back, big lunge step, bend your right knee and drop the hips. Notice that one side of the body is oftentimes a little bit more flexible, stronger, more receptive to the movement. Don't judge your body by what your left or right side can do. Both equally important and both needed. So allow yourself to just feel your way through the other side of your body, whether it's easier, nicer, or not so much. All right, another deep breath here. Exhale there, keep pressing back to that left leg, making that left leg nice and active. Good, and now we're gonna keep the weight on the left hand, and as we inhale, right hand to the thigh, and we're just gonna rotate the body here. If it feels nice, you can extend that right arm over the body, reaching the fingertips. So instead of going up to the sky, take it up and over. It feels a little nicer in the shoulders. Keep that left heel pushing back, sit the hips down, reach and extend as you twist in this Pavrita version. And exhale, right hand comes back down, and we straighten the right leg. Once the right leg is straight, then we find this wide pyramid pose, nice engaged spine, the back heel, the left heel reaching down, may or may not touch. Right leg straightening, may or may not straighten. And if it feels nice in your body, exhale, take a little fold. Inhale, and come back up. Exhale, and bend that right knee again. Dropping the hips, settling into your lunge, nice long straight leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, nice, planted on the floor. Release the left toes. From here, you can then decide, okay, this is good for me. I'm gonna stay right here. You can decide, I'm gonna come up onto the thigh and see how that feels. Find my balance here. Possibly you can decide that you don't need your arms and you can let them release down. You can bring the hands in prayer, or again, you can reach the arms up and find your lunge here. So this is powerful movement of opposing forces. The hands reach up and extend as the hips drop down and you find strength in your body. It's a very powerful pose. And then exhale. We're gonna go ahead and come into the twist. So you can bring your right hand to your hip, left hand to your thigh, rotate your body here, looking over to that right side, or you can extend your arms if that feels good. So you find what feels right in your body. Sometimes the hands on the body helps you kind of create leverage to twist a little deeper. It might feel better. You choose here for yourself. And then let's go ahead and inhale, open the arms if you haven't tried it. Exhale, take the hands down, and then we're gonna straighten the right leg. This is our other dog, Duke. He is not much for yoga. So once that right leg is straight, we either flex the foot or point the foot or both. And then as you feel you have movement here or energy to kind of fold forward, you give it a try. And then inhale, we come back up. Move the right hip back. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Tuck the left toe under, straighten that leg back into our lunge, long straight leg, contract your quadricep, and then slide your weight forward. You can slide that foot forward slightly, and then once you feel established in your right leg, lift your left leg up. Again, with the hands on the blocks closer to your foot, it might be a little harder, so feel free to slide them forward if you need to. But try. If it's available, go a little deeper. Drop the top of the head towards the toe, lift that left leg up. Find your standing split. And then inhale, slowly come halfway. Exhale, bring that left foot next to the right foot. Let your head relax. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale there. Softly bend through your knees and roll yourself back up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Your shoulder blades roll back. Your spine is long, and we're back to Samasthiti. So now we're going to go into a balancing posture. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our left foot, and we're going to bring our right knee up towards the chest. If you have a hard time balancing, holding onto a chair, a wall, your husband, something nearby that you can find that will help to keep you stable. So we're going to hold on to that knee, and we're going to draw it up and in. Same thing we do sometimes when we lay on our back and we bring the knee up into the chest. Same idea. You can also hold behind the leg onto the thigh if it bothers your knee at all. Yeah, there you go, Mindy. Mindy's like, I'm gonna find that wall. Good. Now, once you've been here for a moment, give yourself like a stability check. How strong or how stable is that left grounded foot? Now, if you can, let go of the leg, but don't let it lower. So we let go of the leg, but we keep it lifted. Inhale, draw the arms up. Even if one hand's on a wall or a chair, that's okay. Exhale, let's twist. Take that left hand to the right knee. I know it's tough. Right hand to your right kidney. Inhale, lift your spine. Exhale, find rotation. Again, use a wall, use a chair, use a person. Whatever you need here to keep you stable. And then inhale, let's undo the twist, arms up. All right, keeping the arms up. Exhale, extend the leg. Hold 1, 2, almost there, 3, and 4. Release it down. Very nice. Shake it out. Duke is like, good job, guys. All right, we gotta do the other side. So weight to the right foot, left knee comes in. You can hold the front of the knee like this, or you can hold the back of the thigh like this. However you need to find yourself stable, rooted and grounded. So balancing postures isn't about being perfectly still. All the little movements that my ankle and my foot and my standing right leg are making right now are helping to build strength in my joints, are helping to build endurance in my mind, and it keeps me from toppling over. But sometimes it's too much and the body just goes over, and that's okay too. All right, we're gonna go for that twist. So let's release, but keep the leg stable up. Don't let it move down. If it goes down a little bit, it's okay. Right hand to that left knee, left hand towards your right kidney or left kidney, and then rotate the body. And then we're gonna find stability here, pushing the hand into the knee into the hand, creating rotation in the torso, easy and steady breathing. Exhale, let's come back to center. Okay, you can do this. Inhale, arms up. Keep your balance. Exhale there. Inhale, lift your leg. Balance 1. Almost there. 2. Don't give up. 3. Go ahead, bend the knee. Drop the arms. And then exhale, lower that left leg. Hello, legs. Where you been all my life? All right. Let's go ahead and make it down to the floor. Best way to make it to the floor is through a vinyasa, which we're going to do here. So we do this in our Ashtanga practice all the time. We're going to do it together today. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, take your fold. Drop the head like a right angle. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, either right next to your feet or forward of your feet. Bend your knees and walk your feet back to your high plank position. Now hold your high plank position. Again, this class is gentle in the sense that we move slowly, but we're also going to challenge ourselves. So this is a way to challenge ourselves. Find your high plank, press back through your heels, bring your knees down for a moment, and then let's sit the hips back to our child's pose. Our balasana. Let the knees separate, maybe slightly to make room for your body, and then allow your forehead to reach down towards the mat. It may or may not touch. Let the shoulders relax, let the hips relax, let the toes relax. One more breath. Exhale completely. Inhale, let's lift the head, look forward, come back to that same high plank position. So all you have to do is tuck the toes under and straighten the legs. Now you're back in high plank. Bend the knees, drop the feet, so toes pointing back. And then we're going to lower the chest to the floor, not the belly, but the chest. Squeeze the elbows next to your rib cage. Let the chest come down first with control. Chest, 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 chest. Good. Hips and chin. Relax here for a moment. Extend your legs, maybe adjust into your hips, move into the space of your shoulders. Inhale, let's take a cobra. Opening your heart, lifting your chest. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Ground down through your legs, so extend your legs, find activity in your quadriceps. And then exhale, lower down. This next one, we're gonna add a little bit of activity to the arms now. So inhale, same thing, legs strong, opening the chest, lifting the chest, and then maybe a little bit of activity in the arms. Maybe just a little bit, just enough to feel that lift. And then exhale, lower down. Good. Take your hands slightly out away from you. Keep them underneath the shoulders, just out towards the edges of your mat. And then again, one more time. First with the back muscles, then with the shoulders, then with the legs. And then inhale, press up. Maybe a little bit more. Keep the elbows hugged in. Find a little bit more lift. Maybe a little bit more lift. Maybe the hips rise. Maybe the hands straighten. Open your heart and chest. And then exhale, let it all come back down with control. Good. All right, so if that felt doable, maybe slide the hands back inside underneath the shoulders, and we'll try it one last time. Inhale, back, chest, legs, pressing into the hands. Maybe we lift the hips, maybe we slide those hips slightly forward, coming into your upward facing. Let your glutes relax, sway yourself a little bit here, side to side, so that you don't feel tension in your lower back. Roll the shoulders back, open the throat, gaze to the tip of the nose. Everyone together, exhale, curl over the toes, downward facing dog. And let's take a couple breaths here. Downward facing dog can seem like a resting pose after a while, but at first it's definitely difficult. So if you need a balasana, a child's pose, please take one here. Again, honor what your body feels. Try not to overdo. Easy breathing. We're going to make our way to seated. So we're going to walk our hands and feet towards the back of your mat. So just walk your hands and feet so that your heels are all the way to the back of your mat. Your hands are forward about the center of your mat and about as wide as your mat. So your pinky fingers are kind of touching the edges of your mat. Now from here, you're going to look forward. You're going to take your right foot somewhere by your left wrist, and then your left foot somewhere by your right wrist. And as you hold here, you're engaging into your core, your pelvic floor, and you can start to extend one foot, then the other, and come to seated. If that doesn't quite happen yet, it's totally okay. It's a difficult transition. Allow yourself a little bit of grace. So we'll find ourselves in Dandasana position. Our hands are next to our hips, the rib cage is lifted, the feet are flexed, the shoulders roll back, and you find this sense of like rootedness. Same thing we were trying to achieve in the beginning of our practice when we sat. Root yourself through your sits bones, the backs of your legs, your heels, and even your palms. Let your shoulders open back. If your arms don't straighten, it's okay. You can keep a bend in the elbows, but don't push the shoulders up towards the ears. Lift through the front body instead. Hollow out, scoop out the abdominal. Make it vacant, make it like completely hollowed. And then allow yourself one more breath. And with the exhale, we're going to fold forward to Paschimottanasana. So we're going to reach for the toes. If you can't find the toes, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, whatever you can find as you come forward. Avoid rounding into your back here. So again, that extension in the spine happens and we fold from that extension in the spine. As soon as you begin to collapse into it, you know you've gone too far. Inhale, lift yourself up, and then exhale, fold from there. You might be able to grab the sides of your feet. If the feet are really far away and you really want to reach them, use a strap or an old tie or a towel, really anything that you can kind of hold on to your feet with. So once you're here, check in with yourself for a moment. Are you turtling into your body? This happens a lot. We turtle in. Let's not do that. Let's do the opposite of that. Let's come out of our shell. So lift your head, lift your chest, move the shoulders back, and then allow yourself to go as deep as your body will allow. Beautiful. Let's hold here. 1. Check back in because the turtle likes to come back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, everyone inhale. Keep holding on to wherever you're holding on to. Just lift halfway. And then we're going to take the right hand to the outside of that left foot, left ankle, left shin, left calf, whatever you can find. And then go ahead and rotate open out. So notice I love in this class to combine twists with our movements because it's so healing. It's so detoxifying. It really allows us to kind of find that healthy aspect of our bodies. It kind of cleanses out the internal organs. So restorative for us to do our twists as we move and breathe. So inhale deeply. Exhale completely. If your left hand does not touch the floor, you can always reach it out. Or even if it does touch, you can always reach it out too. It feels a little nicer, a little bit more expansive in the chest. And then exhale, let's release. Cross over that foot. So now you're holding on to the right side of the right leg. And then again, we find our twist. Maybe start with the fingertips on the floor, seeing how that feels. Rotating through the spine, wringing out the spine. And then if it feels nice, you can extend the arm. Observe any tension in the body that you don't need to have here. Where can you relax? Where can you soften? And exhale. Come all the way back. Both hands forward. Take another forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let's release. Okay, bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze and push out through your middle back. Tuck your chin in, round your back deeply. We're going to move into a couple of Navasana for core strength. So balancing here. Option 1 for you would be to hold on to your knees or your thighs and just kind of lean back until you find balance. This is perfectly fine here. If you do this, open your chest and lift your spine. So try to find a long back here. So option 2 would be keep holding on to your legs, but just lift your heels. It adds a little bit of more intensity to the posture, but you can always just hold on to your legs. Option 3 here would be to let go of your legs and reach your arms in the same direction as your feet. So we're going to point the toes, reach the fingertips, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and then look towards your toes and smile, because everything's a little easier when we smile. As soon as we smile, things just kind of like, oh, it's not so hard. But as soon as we're like frowning and, difficult face, things get difficult. It cues our body. All right, one more breath. You got this? Exhale, cross your feet, tuck them under, bring your hands behind your feet. Inhale, pick your booty up off the floor. It may or may not come off the floor. That's okay if it doesn't. Exhale, lower down. Try to come up with palms flat, so no fists and no fingers point like tenting like this. All right, let's do it again. So find number 1, number 2, or number 3. If you're becoming a wild, you can go for number 4, which is simply straightening your legs. So options are always available for all of you guys, no matter what your level is. You can make this as easy and as accessible and kind and loving to yourself, or as difficult and challenging, but also kind and loving to yourself. All right, one more breath. Exhale, hug those knees in. Good. Drop the legs, crossing the feet. Hands behind, so the knees are pointing up. Inhale, pick everything up. Exhale, lower everything down. Good job. All right, so I like to use bolster for us when we do these classes. If you don't have anything like this at home, you can kind of use blankets or even like a big pillow from the couch. And really anything that's gonna give you lift. We're gonna do a supported back bend. It's a nice way to finish this practice. So we're gonna turn around, the bolster's gonna be at our lower back, and we're gonna lay all the way back down. You want your head to be supported. So your head should be supported by your pillow. Once your head is supported, your hips are down, you have options for your legs. We can extend the legs, just let the legs be nice and free and out and away from us. You can bring your legs to Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. Now I have a little bit of an issue in my left hip, so I like to use a block underneath each knee. So one block under the left knee and one block under the right knee. And that way, when I settle into this posture, my inner thighs and my hips aren't making that effort to keep my legs up. So there's this sense of support that happens when I place the blocks. You'll notice as we hold, we're going to be here for a little bit, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. You'll notice that at some point, you might want to kind of move the blocks slightly away to give you more room because your body settles, but it takes time. And then finally, for your arms, you can have them extended out like Shavasana arms. You can bring them over your head, kind of holding on to your a wrist and letting the elbows kind of drop down heavy, same as the knees are in Baddha Konasana. You can have the arms extended up overhead and just kind of the fingertips reaching to the floor. This will increase the back bending aspect of this pose. So find a place for your knees, for your legs, for your arms that fit your body. And once you've kind of adjusted and gotten the wiggles out and settled in, then just come back to the awareness of breathing. Let each breath that moves through your body, whether it's an inhale or an exhale, kind of be a dedication, a prayer that's kind of going out into the universe. It could be directed at someone that you love, someone that you know needs a little extra support and kindness at this time. It could be directed to, in general, to a population or people you might not even know, but you know are struggling. It could be directed to yourself. Our kindness and our compassion is incomplete unless it begins with us. So if you feel like you're the one in need of a little extra love, a little extra compassion, kindness, direct this next exhale breath to you so that you are finding whatever it is in your life you need to create a sense of happiness, of acceptance, of satisfaction. So as we hold our pose, again, you might check in and observe that the legs need a little adjustment. You can do that. And you might feel like your body needs a little bit more support, and you can also do that too. Monday evening class, we often hold these type of restorative classes, or poses, I should say, for a little while. And so this is a little taste of what it feels like in the Monday night class when we hold these nice, beautiful, supported, restorative poses. In this class, we're using it as a way to wind down, to come down the mountain that we climbed, or Navasana was the peak. And now we're starting to climb down the mountain, bringing deep awareness to our breathing. You can always change your position at any point. Don't have to wait for my cue. Check always back in with your breathing. Your breath will be the telltale sign on whether you've gone too far, whether you need to come out, or whether you're not trying hard enough. We often talk about the concept of stira and sukha. Stira meaning effort, sukha meaning ease or surrender. Balancing between those two aspects of our practice is pivotal. This is how we create awareness, and this is how we find flexibility, strength, mobility, endurance. If there's too much effort, we've gone too far. If there's too much sukha, too much sugar or ease, you're not going far enough. Always kind of finding that balance between the two. The next exhale, we're gonna first release the arms. So the arms are overhead, just bring them down by your sides like Shavasana. If they're already there, just hold there a few moments longer. Once your arms are down, you can kind of move into the shoulders, internal, external, or push the shoulders towards each other, the shoulder blades towards each other. And notice how that kind of lifts your chest. And then do the opposite. We'll move the shoulder blades forward. Notice how that kind of hollows out your chest a little bit. And just kind of find, again, that happy center where you're not too much engaged in one side nor the other. And then our legs have been kind of in this position a long time. If you feel like your Baddha Konasana has frozen you a little bit in this place, I like to use my hands and help guide my knees back to center as I flatten out my feet. So this just helps to keep the joints of the hips happy. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor. Use your hands behind your head in the same way to help you lift your head so you can look towards your chin. Let the shoulder blades kind of move back and move the elbows towards the knees. And then with the next inhale, we can bring the hands towards the legs. Use the arms or not to help you curl up. You can also just use your abdominal muscles. Curl back up. And once you're lifted, again, we're going to give those knees a nice hug. Squeeze the knees in towards each other, forehead to the knees, middle back pushes away, roll the shoulders, and slowly inhale, lift the head. You can move your prop or props out of the way and lay all the way onto your back. I like to hold onto my knees and kind of just imprint my spine like it's imprinting in sand, letting the head be the last thing to come down. And then once you're down, bring the knees into the chest and let's give that lower back a little massage. So moving the legs side to side, front and back. And then from here, let's just take a nice, easy, happy baby. Open the knees, bring the hands inside the legs, grab a hold of the pinky toe side edge of the feet, shoulders roll back. Inhale, lift the heels. And your happy baby can just be happy in stillness. Or maybe your baby needs to move to be happy. So maybe you sway side to side or front and back. Sometimes you can sway front and back and that feels good for some bodies, not this body. The front and back doesn't quite feel like great for me, but it might feel great for you. For me, the side to side works. And just kind of rolling, maybe dropping one knee down, dropping the other knee down. And then once you come back to center, give yourself a moment here. If it's accessible, grab your big toes here, or you can just keep holding on to your sides of your feet or even your ankles. We're going to try and straighten the legs. So from this position, straighten the legs. Once the legs are fully straightened, point through your toes and see if you can go a little deeper. Shoulders roll back and down. One more breath. Exhale there. Let's release the toes and let the legs come up to Viparita Karani, our legs up the wall pose. One of my absolute faves. I think we do this almost every Monday night. I don't know if we've missed it ever. It's such a wonderful restorative pose. So good for your legs, for your circulatory system. It's also really good for our minds. It triggers our minds to calm, to relax, to soften. If having your legs upright causes a lot of strain in your abdomen, just simply bend your knees. You don't have to make this difficult. Life is difficult enough. Let's make our yoga a little bit more, I don't know, not difficult. Simple. There you go. Let's make our yoga a little bit more simple. Let's simplify our lives with our yoga practice. And let's just kind of be here for a few moments, preparing for our last pose, our Shavasana. So to set up our Shavasana, we're going to start by simply letting the knees bend and letting the feet fold down towards the earth. And just kind of hold there for a moment. Notice if you bring your knees too close to your body, it elevates your hips. If you bring your feet too close to the floor, it arches your back. So see if you can find a place where the feet are still dangling, but your knees aren't too close nor too far away from you. Find that happy center. And then exhale, drop the feet all the way down. If you wanted to put on a blanket or a sweater, or maybe just rock, go up a little higher on your mat so you can extend your legs. And then once the legs are extended, we find our Shavasana. So arms are out to the sides, palms facing up, feet open out to the side. There's no tension in the legs. Relax your shoulders. Let each breath again come in as a prayer, as a release, as a surrender, as a wish. Calming the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons in the body. We release and let go of anything that no longer serves me. As we let go of things that no longer serves us, we make room for the higher, for the better, whatever that might be for you in your life at this moment. Scan through your body, and as you find points of tension and tightness, breathe into them. Allow your body, your mind, your heart, your soul to relax. Gently coming back to awareness of this body, this room, this next breath. We'll begin to add gentle movement by wiggling the fingers, the toes, the hands, the feet, wrists, and ankles. Perhaps taking a full body stretch, like a whole body yawn, really extending and lengthening. And then as we exhale, let's roll over onto our side for a moment. I invite you to remain with your eyes closed until the end of our practice today, keeping your attention inward. Next inhale breath, let's press into that top arm to make our way up to seated. However is available for you. There's no right or wrong. We won't be here very long, so no need for a big setup. Just let yourself sit upright, back to where we started. And notice if it's now a little easier to come right into that rooted, grounded stance, where you feel the bottom part of your body making contact with the earth, creating roots, reaching those roots down to the earth, feeling supported by it. And then as those roots reach down, the upper body reaches away towards the sun, extending, lengthening, opening, growing. Allow your breath to be stable and natural here, rhythmic, however your body normally breathes. It might be a little fast, it might be a little slow. Become aware of your natural pace of breath so you can notice when it's off, when it's no longer natural and rhythmic. With the next inhale breath, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart. This gesture, Anjali Mudra, symbolizing the union of body, of mind, and of spirit. As we relax into the jaw and shoulders, we'll prepare for Om. Inhale to begin. Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies continue to support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Namaste, dear yogis.
Namaste.